Hey, my creative friends. I'm Shannon from Shannon Studio, shannonstudio.com. And I told you I was going to change up the time of when we do our videos and our creative life tips. And so today it is, I don't know what time. Sorry, but it's not the time we usually do it. A few hours before. So what, 5-ish? So we are in Paris. Yes, I'm so excited. We've just got here this afternoon. And so we drove in. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about that so far. Today, one of the first things I noticed, which is so weird, was the sunshine, direct sunlight. Hey, Trisha. You even managed to find me at this time, Trisha. Oh yeah, so if people want to still watch videos, even though I'm not doing it at the same time and differing times, put a notification on. I think you can go up in one of the right-hand corners, like where there's 3 dots, and push be notified when I go live. So that way, if you're around and it's working out, you can get on live with me. So that's the first thing I noticed was the sunshine, direct sunlight. It was, I have not seen direct sunlight in, I don't know how many days. I mean, it gets light, but not sunlight. Like there's not like direct and shadows and, that sort of things. I mean, yeah, there's diffuse shadows, but I mean, yeah, that was one of the first things. So we landed, direct sunlight. First thing I noticed in Paris. We drove in, and one of the things that struck me was the graffiti for miles. We were in the car for 45, 50 minutes, and yeah, miles and miles of graffiti on the walls. And some of it was quite good. Some of it was just, the kind of, is not very creative, not very artistic, but some of the graffiti was, like on point. But I was surprised at how far it went. That was one of the things I noticed. Also, it reminded me of Sweden in that it has the same high-rise buildings, kind of the nondescript outer facade, and maybe a little worn down. And the housing was like that. In the city, it's pretty packed. We're in, I don't even know we're in Paris, but I don't know what area. I think they have like numbered area districts. I'll have to look. It's pretty packed. It's narrow roads, that sort of thing. Also, I noticed some barbed wire when we came in. I noticed, like on the highways, just a row of homeless shelters. I noticed the same thing in Portland, too, when I was in Portland, that homeless people can kind of just set up their homeless shelter anywhere in the city. I feel like so far what I've seen, it might be the same sort of thing. There was a homeless, when we walked down outside just a short ways from here, there was a homeless shelter, but it looked like it was pretty permanent, taped to a pole, a light pole. So saw that, and there's a transportation strike. So that's gonna change how we get around a little bit. So we got an Airbnb, and it is 8th floor. Definitely glad we got one with an elevator, and it has a little balcony, and it has some other apartments and stuff like that. It's eclectic. One thing I would advise is learning how to use the key before the owner leaves. It's like we're out there. Alan shoves this key in upside down, and it wouldn't come out. And then finally, when we did get it out, thankfully he's strong enough to get it out. So we got it out, and then it's a little weird. It locks automatically when you leave. So we didn't realize that. So you have to, just learn how to, do the key before the owner leaves. Still don't know about heat, how that works here. We couldn't find anything. I don't know how it works. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't know. Trisha says, hey, Christmas miracle, right? This is so fun to be here. So they do recycling here just like they do in Sweden. Was on the street asked several people for directions and maybe some help about address and stuff like that. And it is not like Sweden in that in Sweden pretty much everybody speaks English. Here, no, I haven't found anybody that really speaks English. They have a few words here and there, but it's mostly French. And this one woman went on and on to me in French, and I kept saying, I don't understand. So I think that I really like that about Sweden, that they teach English. Tricia says, so glad you're having an adventure. I know, I am so excited. I know you've been here. You've been a lot of places, Tricia, so I know you know what it's like. Okay, so Airbnb, and usually when we get an Airbnb, we try to get one with a kitchen so we can just cook our own meals and do that. So we went ahead and we did a little walk, went down to the store. And on the way to the store, I saw a bakery, a butcher, and a fresh produce store. 3 different stores right kind of in a little row. And the fresh produce store just looked fabulous. But Alan wanted to go to a bigger store with more variety. So we get down there, go to the market, and we get our stuff. And Alan's like, look what I got. And he got Pepperidge Farm cookies. And so I was laughing because I'm going, not in Paris. I'm not having Pepperidge Farm cookies. Not that that's bad, but I mean, I'm in Paris. I mean, I'm in like baking capital. So I'm like, no. Tricia says sometimes they do speak English, but won't. Oh, so they'll understand me more than they'll say something to me. Okay, I got that. So we're coming home. We're coming back from the store, and we pass the bakery, and I go, I've got to stop at the bakery. Got this cream thing, delicious. It was so good, and got a fresh baguette, and and then went to the meat store and got a cooked chicken. So totally set with a little mozzarella chicken bread. But the interesting thing to me was when the women were walking out, because Alan was in buying the chicken, and I was just standing on the street watching, and the people that were behind us buying stuff at the bakery, they were walking out. And so two different women, so they walk out with their baguettes, and you know how you hold an ice cream like this? They're holding the baguettes like this, and they're eating like the top of it, just eating it down. It's kind of like, how you pick up a hot dog on the street, the vendors who have hot dogs, and you just pick it up and start eating it there. Well, they were just like eating it as they walked down the street, just like taking it off the top. Hi, Carrie. And I thought that was just, I don't know, I thought it was charming. I thought it was different, and it was charming. And so just little things like that make it different, that you see things differently, that you're not quite used to seeing. Let me see. So I just like to see things like that. Tricia says, if you lead with a French word or two, they appreciate it and can suddenly speak English to you. That's great. I did say merci. I did have 2 years of French in junior high, like 7th grade-ish, around then. And merci came out, so I thought I was pretty proud of myself. There's Wade. Hi, Wade. Hope you're having a good day after Christmas Day. I hope you didn't have to work too, Wade. Anyway, so we're here in France. Tonight, I was going to sign up. I wanted to try to sign up for a croissant making class or macaroon making class. And I was going to sign up tonight. And something got in the way yesterday that stopped me. Oh, I was waiting to see the tickets we got for the other places before I set myself up for the class or classes. And that reminds me, get your tickets early. So I didn't set it up. But then today I was just like, oh, I'm so glad I didn't take the class tonight. I mean, I could have done it and kind of got down there, rushed, but it's just like vacation, relax. And so it kind of made me think of this quote from Scott Barry Kaufman. He says, you need to create a space. And that right there, that's what made me think of it. You need to create a space. You need to leave a space open. So, and that's why I was really glad I kind of didn't have that. And then when we were walking back from the store, there was this cemetery, 1881 cemetery. I'm going to put up a couple pictures from this on the Facebook. It was so cool. And it was like I was just drawn into it. We're carrying the grocery bag, 2 grocery bags. Alan goes, we can come back. And I said, no, we're here now. I want to take the pictures now. So it was just this cool cemetery. And I also found the thing I want to be buried in. And I said, I told Alan, see this? I want to be buried in something like this. And he starts laughing and he goes, well, you're not vain in life, but you sure want to be in your death? I was like, yeah, this little thing is amazing, and you'll have to see it. I'm going to put it online. It's just the coolest little architecture for someone's funerary. I forget what word, what they're buried with. So it's just cool, and walking past that's creating the space. So okay, I didn't get lost. I knew what I was doing here. Scott Barry Kaufman, you need to create a space where you can discover things about yourself. And that is most likely to happen when you leave yourself open to new experiences. So create a space in order for you to have new experiences, for you to get to know yourself. I mean, when I am walking down the street like that I did from the store back to this Airbnb, and I am so drawn to just go into that cemetery. It's because it's the stone and the moss and the trees and the architecture and I can't help myself. And so I definitely have learned things about myself because of that. So the tip tonight is to create space, meaning open space, meaning you don't have anything planned. You're not going to make something happen. You're just going to let something happen. And to be able to see what you're drawn to let yourself come out in your space, in the space that you've created. So going to tell you more tomorrow about France. We're going to, I think, Versailles tomorrow. And I think I'm going to sign up for one of my classes tomorrow. So I'm totally excited to be here, very grateful. We found out the Louvre I'm not going to be able to see the Leonardo da Vinci section or something. You had to get tickets way in advance, I think. So, but I found that out last night, but I thought, you know what? I'm in Paris still. There's so much that I can be appreciative of and do that I'm not going to worry about that I don't get to do. So I know you're with me on that. You understand that kind of idea as well. So remember, you have a creative heartbeat, so listen for it. And I will be back tomorrow at some point. If I know in the morning, I'll kind of put a little thing on my Facebook to say when, but otherwise put on, the notification that you want to be notified when I go live. So I will see you tomorrow in Paris. Bye.